Yeah. No. It's already hit it once. Maybe another attack at the golden pocket. Huh? Let's have a look. Let's see what happens. Just I don't know what to say. No, not financial advice, but if you're in a project and it's not a shitty meme coin and it's got long-term real world value, those big dips are buying opportunities. They're not, it's not moments, it's not the right time to, you don't sell at the lows, you know, you accumulate. That's what this is, accumulation. Now I've been tracking QANX. QANX is kind of going sideways, isn't it? It's kind of really boring. We get pumps, we get dumps, we get pumps, we get pumps. Getting remember on the weekly time frame, or what I was talking about last week was, let's get a weekly close above for a piercing candle. Nice, we got that. We got that. That was really nice, wasn't it? And so if you were watching my stream last week, I think most people who are following QANX do kind of keep an eye on my weekly streams. And that was a really nice bullish candle. And what do we get after that? We got just a buy up. We went up another 14%. Huh? So if you're not following me, you should be. Why not? I do a weekly QANX update. I'm not involved in the project. I have a little bit of QANX just because I think quantum resistant future is the way ahead. I'm dreaming of the day in the future that someone cracks Bitcoin and the legacy Satoshi wallet gets hacked and 1.1 million Bitcoin gets dumped into crypto, and then all of that value gets transferred onto QANX, all of it, and we all become multi-millionaires instantly. How cool will that be? And then everyone gives me a really nice tip on my YouTube channel. That would be really nice. What was I looking at before? Weekly close. We need a kind of, let me just have a look at this previous. I'm just trying to remember what I said. Let me zoom back in. Did I have some analysis? Oh, I didn't. Did I save it? Oh, we're still there, aren't we? Shit. Gotta delete some of this stuff. Go back here. Let me just see what I was looking at. We kind of got it, huh? But I kind of draw it further on the line, but we're going to get a little bounce there. See that? We were kind of getting it, weren't we? In this point of control. It's kind of happening, huh? It was there, wasn't it? And then it kind of did it. It was a really short stream, so there wasn't much to look at. Alright, let me just update the volume quickly, as I always do. QANX kind of gets boring, doesn't it? Because it's like, there's not enough volume to make any significant changes to the analysis. And so there's nothing to report on. Oh, they've just turned the music up here. It's so annoying. When I speak, you're probably going to hear a little bit of background music. If you didn't know, I'm in Bogota. I'm in Colombia. I'm in a cheap 4-star hotel. It's really loud auditorium here. I'm traveling to the Putumayo in the Amazon jungle on Monday. We're going to spend 6 nights in the Amazon, and wish me luck trying to avoid mosquito bites and gigantic ants. Right, let's get rid of that. So we're putting in lower highs and lower lows. Yeah, it's just here the market structure is bearish. It's not bullish. And you see, every time we go up, we're still putting in lower highs. We haven't got enough buy volume to take out the previous high. And just bear that in mind. And while right now we're looking at a green weekly candle, it's Friday. We don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. If we get a little more sell pressure, that green candle could end up with a red candle. Then with these weekly piercing candles, they're the potential of a bullish reversal. We've got the kind of first buy up. Now we're getting the take profit, the sell off, and it needs to be green. This one needs to be green. If it's not green, we're not looking at a reversal. Yeah, if it goes red, then we're probably going for more downside, right? So that's just kind of the weekly candles. Let's have a look at the monthly candle as well. Honestly, I don't mind the monthly candle, yeah, but we have to see how it closes. It looks okay. Huh? When I say it looks okay, I mean it doesn't look so as bearish as it could, because potentially we have to see how it closes by tonight. If we close above the previous month low, we've got a massive buying tail. It's a kind of like it's like a doji, doesn't it? Slightly increasing volume, but the price is still holding. The only thing I would say is that even though I think it's quite bullish, because we're taking this previous month low, and we're potentially closing higher. We are washing this point of control. This point of control is not holding a support. So if there's anyone looking to enter the point of control there, the price is going well through it to capture lower liquidity. And that means that every time it pushes lower and lower, it's going for lower prices, pushing. And so ideally what you want is enough buy liquidity at the point of control that the price can't go through it. And that's when you get the kind of backtest support hold. We're not getting that at the moment. And so let's just say, for the sake of argument, this month closes roughly like this, it closes higher than the previous month low, which is good. You've got this really strong buying tail, and it's like a doji. Let's just assume it. I don't know. If it closes lower, that's bad. If it closes higher than previous month low, that's good. But you could still see a reversal, and the reversal could still go all the way down, targeting the bottom of the previous month, i.e. this month, just to get a wick, a reversal in the wick there, or another doji of sorts, or something to indicate that we could still be messing around in this buying tail for another month after this candle prints. So I don't necessarily expect us to just print a candle like that and then just to go straight up. It could happen, but I don't expect it. And it's more likely than not we still go down to test the lows. And we just have to see how this weekly candle, like right now, it's not looking bullish, is it? Even though we want it to be green, but let's just see how this closes. I can't tell. That's a really bearish reversal here yesterday. And now you're getting the continuation. So we're forming some reversals here with a lower high, which is quite bearish. And so again, what you want to see, if possible, is the point of control to hold the support. Yeah. So it looks like we're just kind of messing around here, doesn't it? Again, as always, QANX goes sideways, is really quite boring. Look at these 6 monthly candles. I mean, it's see this yearly time frame candle at the moment is looking quite bearish. And I don't know how this is going to end. Let's just say, for the sake of arguments, it's red like this. The next one could go up, and if you get your mainnet, that will be the sell the news event, the mainnet launch. And it depends on how it coincides with the rest of Bitcoin and crypto. But this is the problem. The problem is that with all of the mainnet anticipation, everything's taking a long time. Everyone's lost patience. The mainnet will be the sell the news, honestly. Like, however this plays out, even if people are like really ultra bullish on quantum computing, it doesn't really matter when the mainnet comes out. The reality is a lot of people have been stuck on this project, waiting for higher prices. They haven't got it. They've watched a lot of other cryptos, like even ETH and other cryptos do really well. Bitcoin do really well, and they're kind of here waiting. And I guess you could argue that QANX should have released their mainnet much sooner. It should have. Timing is everything. And if QANplatform can't release their mainnet, if they release it by the end of the bull market, that's going to be the biggest sell the news event, probably. And again, I am hoping for all-time highs at 20 cents. And you could get that. You could get, like, let's imagine mainnet launches next month. Get the one spike. Bam, that's your big sell. And everyone sells, huh? Everyone's in profit, everyone sells. And then you get a really bearish rejection on the mainnet launch. And then it's a danger. It's a danger, and I think it's still a good buy in the bear market. Yeah. But that would be an accumulation. It won't be like, you're not going to get people buy the dip in the bear market. You're going to get people accumulate in the bear market. It'll be like a weekly accumulation or a weekly red candle accumulation. So the reality is, as time passes, it's just a reality. I'm not bearish. I'm higher time frame bullish, but I'm just being honest. The reality is, as time passes and as people keep on patiently or impatiently waiting for the mainnet, and as it takes time, then as Bitcoin keeps on starts to show bearish signs and bearish reversals at the all-time highs, and people get more and more antsy, more and more impatient, and then when you do get that final sell the news event like the mainnet launch, people sell. At least they sell half, and that's the problem. You get this crazy sell pressure into the mainnet pump. Yeah. And I've already told people I will be selling in the mainnet launch. I will look to sell at least half, at least to kind of go risk free, to eliminate the risk, because you don't want to get caught in that mainnet event thinking $1, $2, whatever. You don't want to be caught out of position, but at the same time, you don't want to be caught in a sell the news event, and then you get that kind of one big spike, rejection, and then you're actually looking to go down in a bear market. That's the danger. It's a real danger. And so I don't think, like, these people, they're not really fussed about token price, are they? They're just building. Let's see what they say now. Apply to be a member of our closed testing group and be among the first to try. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good stuff, but it doesn't give you the vibes that we're about to go mainstream, does it? When you're still kind of, it's a closed testing group. It's not like a public test. It's a closed test. So we're still looking at higher time frame, and these are application forms. This kind of stuff takes time. Yeah. So the reality is, with like QANplatform and QANX, I'm not bearish, but I just think this is a higher time frame play, an accumulation play. What do? Do you buy, sell? Do you trade, or do you just keep on buying, or just wait for the crazy dips? I mean, no one really has the answer. I don't. I don't have the answer. So we're all waiting for the mainnet, huh? 27th of October. What's this? This is quite interesting. What's this one? Google's Willow delivered the first verifiable quantum advantage solving problems 13,000x faster than supercomputers with breakthrough error correction. It can, for example, compute the structure of a molecule and paves a path towards real-world applications. This signals quantum acceleration is happening faster than most timelines predicted. The enterprise reality check. About 25% of Bitcoin, around $500 billion, is vulnerable to quantum attacks from exposed public keys. The timeline just compressed. NIST experts predicted quantum threats by 2030. See, 3035. We're still a way away. Really, what people want to read is the mainnet is coming tomorrow. Isn't it? Like, this is happening. Not wait until 2025, 2020, sorry, 2030, 2035. So we are looking at a project which has real world application, but we are looking at a project which you just have to buy and forget, buy and accumulate, or wait for the mainnet. I hope it comes sooner. And as time passes, you see, as time passes, like right now, what I'm looking at is a bearish harmonic. That's on the monthly time frame. Assuming we hold that pivot low, assuming the mainnet comes out, and we, you know, in that situation, depending on the sell pressure, you might not even get all-time highs, which is really what a project like this needs. Look at these harmonics. A butterfly, look, it looks kind of, if it happened now and we get a push up like now, bam, 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 that would be bearish. Look, it would be like this, wouldn't it? If the mainnet was launched and we get some crazy buying, it wouldn't be buy for continuation, it would be sell. And is in this, if it happened tomorrow, it'd be a butterfly. Look at that, that's a shark. A shark would require us taking out this low, like that. I don't really like it. I prefer what I had before. So, and then it doesn't have to be a butterfly, it could be a bat. And it would be like, oh fuck, it just went up to take out those highs. I couldn't take out those highs, and that's because the sell pressure would be too much. And then I think a lot of people will be like, oh my god, what just happened? And then that's assuming the mainnet launches and we go up. What if actually, like I said, what if actually we're doing this? It'd still be the same. It would still be bearish. It would just be a take the low liquidity event. Take out those for a different kind of W. Yeah, we hide that one. Look, it'll be a different kind of W. See it? Which pivot do you take? Who knows? Maybe that one. Take out the lows. Who knows how far that would reach, but again, where's my image? Again, it's bearish. It's not bullish, is it? It'd be like this one. See, a Cipher. Actually, a Cipher wouldn't extend. It would be a Cipher, again, a Cipher or shark. In this case, it would be a shark if it went up. And if it was lower, it would be like this one. This one, a Cipher. Still bearish, huh? So whatever happens with the next crazy pump, we're forming bearish harmonics at the last point, the D point. And whether it happens, like I said, whether it happens like that, like let's say the mainnet launched tomorrow and we had a pump, it'd be bearish. It'd be a bearish pump. Or if we went lower, took out those lows for another pump, it'd still be bearish. You're going to get bearish. We're forming bearish harmonics. Yeah. Great opportunity to long. And actually longing the C point of a harmonic is the best long. So I'm not saying sell. I'm actually saying buy. Because the C is actually the opportunity. That's your best long because you're going from a C to D. That's the most, because you can see the harmonic forming. So whether you go from a C to D, or whether you go like that from a C to D, or whether you go from like that to a C to D, that's your trade, isn't it? That's your expansive move, 500% on that one. Or if we go lower, take out those lows, 200%, whatever. If it goes higher, 400%, like that one. But again, the problem is now you're forming a bearish harmonic, and that becomes, the D becomes your end point in a bearish harmonic, and it becomes, you back that, you put that, you tie that to a sell the news event like the mainnet. It's a sell, it's not a buy. Yeah. And the only way the only caveat is a God candle with crazy volume where you just fucking go up and close. It changes everything. It would be like bam. It'd be like one candle. That's the only caveat. Yeah. And it just means that people sold. It's one candle. People sold, but you still closed higher and the volume was crazy. It doesn't mean you can't drop down, but that gives you the room and the space to fall back down, to find support where people sell the high and actually start to accumulate back in. And the only caveat, because that's not a bearish harmonic now. If you go in a God candle up in one candle, you've broken it. You've broken the bearish harmonic. Now you're looking at something completely different. Yeah. And so we just have to look out for what happens next, and no one knows what's going to happen next. And timing is really important. And we have to see how much volume comes in on a mainnet news release, and no one really knows. Okay, I guess the team at QANX know. I have no idea. I'm going to go to the QANplatform page, as I do. I'll bring it on my stream. See if we have any insights. We could very likely see an announcement next week or in 2 weeks, just as likely as the end of November. We know they are close. They want this completed as much as we do have faith. It could literally be any day. That's what Quantum Chicken says. Don't see anything recent. That's the QAN platform. Let's go to the trading platform. This is a trading page. You should all join it, because you can say what you want. That's where I post my links. And always like my links. Why not? Link it, share it, retweet it. $100 tomorrow. What the fuck? Could he be the next Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs? Who knows? He looks like him. See what this guy says. Numbers are more than reasonable. You can debate timeline, but it's not likely. It's not like he's saying tomorrow 1.7 billion market cap is not that crazy at some point next year. Do you need fantastic market conditions and QAN to deliver mainnet sooner rather than later? Yes, but it's not like it's so outlandish to warrant your behavior. Anyway, conversations, people have different opinions. I'm a technical. I focus on the technicals. I look at the fundamentals too. I like technicals. With like these low market cap tokens with relatively low liquidity and low volume, technicals are mostly speculative, always entertainment, and never financial advice. Yeah, that's the truth. I like these 3-month candles, to be honest with you. I really do. I like them. I think we're getting a lot of selling and the price is holding. It means we're getting accumulation while the rest of the altcoin market has been dropping. QANplatform, QANX is being heavily accumulated. So no one really knows what's going to happen. Could IBM be secretly buying? Could these other big players be secretly buying? Yeah. And you don't know if it's happening because the volume is low. You're not getting those crazy volume spikes. It's just continuous accumulation. So don't get shook out when you get volatile price movements. With this kind of token, it's about higher time frame accumulation, not financial advice, but that's what it is. Or just buy and hold and forget about it. Yeah. And even if you miss the exit on a harmonic that I'm talking about, the highs, whatever, does it matter? Quantum computing is real. The threat is real. The timeline is real. And the reality is that based on this higher time frame accumulation, we could be looking at, let's just say for the sake of argument, you're looking at, I look at higher time frame candles, don't I? You could be looking at, look at it, just look at it like that. Zoom out. Look at it. This yearly candle is actually really bullish. That's a piercing. That's your good shit. That's your piercing. That's your green. That's the pullback. Next year could be a fucking green candle like that. Bam. You could be at, oh shit, maybe not 18,000, but $2-3. Yeah, why not? You could. Look at that. That's how you view it. That's how I view candles. Increasing volume. That's your pullback. The next candle could be big and you could be trading at $4-5 next year. Yeah. It's possible. And while the rest of the market is kind of going sideways or down and Bitcoin is probably dropping and finding support, with quantum computing news, with quantum computing becoming mainstream, quantum chips being, this could really start. So whenever you're trading, definitely don't go all in and all out. Like, take profit. And that's the lesson, isn't it? Or de-risk. And the way to de-risk is, like I said, just exit your investment and let the rest run. And then if you get the pullbacks, you can reaccumulate because you're still higher time frame bullish, aren't you? And that's kind of where we're at. Ideally, what you want is once it breaks, I think a lot of people are going to pile in, aren't they? That's what we're looking for, is a trend line break. Go with that. We need that outer trend line to break. This one. That one. We could break that trend line. Back test and up. And then let's pump. Right. All right, that's it's QANplatform. QANX. I hope that helps. If you like my stream, appreciate a like or retweet or whatever, comment, and tell me what you think in the comments below the video or below my X page. If you're not following me on YouTube, I'd appreciate your support. I'm so close to getting to 1,000 subscribers. I guess half of my subscribers are QANplatform maximalists. Who knows? But yeah, I appreciate you as always. It's all entertainment, isn't it? All right. I'm going to do detravel TRV. I'm gonna do that.